Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about my goals for 2020. I'm going to walk you through my personal goals as well as my fitness goals for this year. As I said in my last video, my channel is going through rebranding. You will see that most of the cosmetic changes have already taken effect. But this will be the first video that is something I wanted to do that wasn't necessarily geeky. So I hope you guys enjoy this one, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, let me know down in the comments below. Without further ado, let's just get right into it. My first personal goal for 2020 is to become more sustainable. Now, JC at Thinking Moon did a really great video on sustainability recently, and I'll actually link that down below for you guys to check out. And I left a super long comment about a lot of things that me and my husband try to do to be more sustainable. And we are not perfect. I am not perfect. There are still things I do that are not sustainable. Most people that are trying to lead a sustainable lifestyle are not perfect. So there are still things that we need to work on. There are things that we strive towards, but there are a few things that I've implemented as recently as January and December of 2019 that I want to share with you. Now, if you want to go to JC's video and see my very long comment of all the things that we are doing right now, I'm just going to mention a few, plus a couple of more that I totally forgot to include. Most recently, my biggest purchase to date has been a 2014 Toyota Prius, and I feel like that is a good move towards sustainability. It is not a fully electric car, it is a hybrid, so I'm still using gasoline, but it fits our lifestyle for right now, and if we can move towards an electric car one day, then I would love to do that. Some smaller things that we do include like using reusable bags when we go to the grocery store. If you go to Aldi, that's pretty much the norm, is to have reusable bags with you because they do not do plastic bags. Reusable bags are a really great way to lessen plastic in our landfills. Something else that I decided to do starting at Christmas, my husband was sweet enough to get me reusable cotton pads for removing my makeup, for skincare, etc., etc. I have yet to find a makeup remover that I like for my sensitive skin, so I am on a journey looking for something that works. For now, I'm using my toner with it. I've been using my moisturizer with them. They're very nice. I will link the Etsy shop down below, not an affiliate link. I just really enjoy them. Like I said, if you want to see some more ideas, JC has a ton in her video. I have a ton in my comment below her video, so go check that out if you want to find more ways to be sustainable that can not only improve our earth, improve your life, but also save you money. Personal goal number 2 is to start writing a book properly. If anybody that watches my channel knew me from middle school, you would know that I've been writing a book forever. And it has changed and evolved, and characters' names have changed, and personalities have changed completely. But it's still the basic idea, and I would love to finally put that on paper in reality, instead of having a million notebooks strewn around in storage and in my closet of this story that even if I don't get it published, even if I just self-publish it and put it on Amazon, that is something I would like to work towards this year. Personal goal number 3 is to get more personal with my YouTube content. So, am I doing this right? Personal goal number 4 is to practice drawing and find a personal style. I used to draw so much in middle school and high school, and when I started college, they didn't like my way of drawing. It was very anime-esque, it was very cartoony. They were heavily focused on realism, which is totally fine. Being in the gaming industry, that is something most game companies are striving for, is that realism. And I suck at realism drawing. So I would like to spend time this year practicing drawing on my iPad Pro, try to find a style that works for me that I can become consistent with. My next goal is to be more confident. That has been something really hard for me, Growing up, I was not very confident in myself. I was very self-conscious about literally everything in my life. I'm also a very anxious person. I've talked a bit about my mental health on here. I have anxiety, I have depression, I have PTSD. So overall, I just don't feel very confident in the person that I am. But I want to become confident in the person I'm turning into because she's pretty freaking awesome. I totally don't know what number we're on, which is terrible because there's not that many. But next goal is to complain less and appreciate more. Now, this goal is something that I have wanted to do every single year. You know, it's always been one of my resolutions, but I could never do it because I am somebody who is the glass is half empty, kind of, you know, pessimistic. I used to say I was a realist. It turns out I'm much more of a pessimistic person than I want to realize. It's hard for me to say I'm a pessimist. So I really want to take the time this year to, every time a bad thought pops in my head or something bad happens or my day is just crappy, I want to think back to what am I grateful for? What can I appreciate in this moment? And the last personal goal is to focus on my mental health, which has been really, really trying the past couple of years. I'm not going to lie. So I'm really going to use this year to not just be like, oh, well, I graduated therapy, but I really want it to be a change. I want to take all of those techniques, and every time I feel anxious, every time I get those thoughts that I don't want to have, I want to be able to look back on those techniques on my worksheets and be like, this is how we handle it. This is what we do, Megan. So I am really, really trying really hard this year to stop relying so much on going to therapy weekly to talk about my problems and talk about what's going on in my life, and do it for myself. Like become somebody who can reflect on what's happening in the moment and be able to calm myself down instead of having to wait a week to vent to my therapist who tells me the things that I already know and I just am not implementing. So the goal this year is to implement those techniques. Alright, so the next set of goals are my fitness goals, and obviously I'm on a weight loss journey, but I'm also on a health journey. I want to be more healthy. I am currently overweight. I went from 184 to 143. However, this past year I started seeing a trainer and I went from 143 to 169. And I got really scared, and I kept telling my trainer, I was like, what's happening? Why is this happening? I've gained weight. Like, at most I thought that my weight would stay the same, maybe increase 5 or 10 pounds, because I am weightlifting now and I'm focusing on my nutrition, my protein. I even increased my calories when I started weightlifting because I was eating too little when I lost my first 40 pounds. So I knew the changes would create something that I would be a little skittish of, but to go from 143 to 169 really scared me. And I wasn't getting a lot of feedback from my trainer about what to do besides reevaluate nutrition. So we reevaluated nutrition, and with her advice, I kept trying, and nothing was seeming to work until we did a 30-day challenge, or maybe it was like a 4 or 5 week challenge, where we upped my protein intake, and then she challenged me to meal prep every week. I had a water goal, and I feel like that is when I actually felt really good, and the scale did not move, but it didn't go up either. As far as an update goes, as of this month, I am 164.4, which I am so excited about because that means that the weight is now trending down again. And that means what I'm doing is working. Now, when I plateau again, obviously I'll have to reevaluate. And as for a goal weight, I kind of have one in my head, but I'm not stuck on it because I am building muscle, and that's really what I'm prioritizing here, is eating enough protein, building muscle, feeling fit, and being healthy. So as long as I can get my body fat percentage down, which I believe is 36% right now, I want to get down to 25% body fat. That's more of my goal versus a goal weight. Fitness goal number 1 is to deadlift 200 pounds. My current personal record is 1 rep max, 155 pounds. So I really want to hit that hard this year. I know I can do it. I know I'm strong enough. It's just a matter of getting myself there. And I really think I can with my trainer. I've got a different trainer than the one I mentioned earlier. So I am with this new trainer, and she kicks my butt every time we go in together. I see her Monday and Wednesday afternoons, and every time I go in, we make progress. Every time. And even on the days where I feel like I personally haven't made enough progress, I still feel good when I leave her and I leave the gym. So I really feel like this is something I can do. I can deadlift 200 pounds this year. Fitness goal number 2 is to be more mindful of my nutrition. Currently, I'm using my MyFitnessPal to track my calories, but also to track my macros. Now, I don't focus on fat or carb. I focus primarily on protein. But as of right now, I really want to focus hard on meal prepping, meeting that protein goal, and staying within my calorie limit. Fitness goal number 3 is to focus on non-scale victories. The scale has been a tool that I have let control my life for far, far too long. Now, the number on the scale to a certain extent does matter as far as my health and weight loss journey goes. Instead of focusing on the number on the scale and letting it ruin my day, I want to focus on the things that this new body can do. I don't know how else to explain it, because it's not really a new body. I've taken my body and I have progressed so much since 2017, from being severely overweight, from not being fit at all, to getting a gym membership, seeing a trainer, taking a look at my nutrition, to being able to deadlift 155 pounds. You know, I have come so far, and I would rather focus on those victories than to get upset every time I step on the scale and either see 1, my weight hasn't moved, 2, it's gone up, or 3, it's barely dipped down. Because honestly, at the end of the day, that's not what matters. What matters is how I feel in my body and being healthy. So I'd like to focus on non-scale victories this year. Fitness goal number 5 is to create a workout routine that works for me post-trainer. So I don't have a whole lot of sessions left with my current trainer, but once those sessions finish out, I am not planning on continuing a contract with her. Not because it has anything to do with her or the gym. In fact, I love my gym, I love my trainer, I love my past trainer who works at the same gym. It is amazing and so empowering to be in there and work with these wonderful trainers. So it actually all comes down to, I want to take responsibility for my fitness at that point. I have seen my past trainer for a year now, and I am seeing this new trainer for, I think, maybe 2 or 3 months before my sessions run out. And at that point, I want to have a workout routine that makes sense for me and works for my schedule. I think I may have messed up the numbers. This is fitness goal number 5, and that is to be more consistent. Everybody will tell you that you will not get the results that you want unless you are consistent. I used to be really good at following a nutrition plan, at going to the gym, and being active for anywhere from a week to 30 days. I could do it. But then I would burn out, and I would either binge eat on something, like I would be like, oh, we'll have a treat, we'll go get fast food, and then that would turn into a complete binge fest for the rest of the weekend. I want to practice finding things in my life that make sense, work for me, and don't put a lot of strain on my mental health, because I find if I feel like I am stressing myself out, I will burn out. I will stop doing it. I will no longer be consistent. So along with finding a workout plan that works for me, I want to be more consistent this year so that I will get the results I want to see to be fitter and healthier for 2020. Fitness goal number 6 is to build a small at-home gym. Now, towards the end of this year, I will be moving. I'm not sure where that's going to be, if it's going to be in our own house, if we might be renting another house, if we're going to go to an apartment. Everything's kind of up in the air right now because the housing market we won't even get into that. But right now, we don't know what's going to happen in the future. But if we get our own house, which is what I am hoping for this year, I would like to build a small at-home gym, like in a basement, in a spare room, somewhere where if I can't get to the gym that day because it's snowing like it is today, or it's icy, I would like to have a refuge, somewhere I can go to do my yoga, somewhere I can go to put in, 30 minutes of cardio, somewhere I can go to do HIIT training that doesn't take a lot of money to put together. So I'm hoping we can do that this year. My last fitness goal for 2020 is to do an unassisted pull-up. Now, I know this is probably not something that a lot of people think of as a fitness goal, but being able to do a complete pull-up without a resistance band, without a machine, if I can do that this year, I will be so immensely proud of myself, because it's never been something I've been able to do. I've never been able to do a pull-up without some kind of assistance. So I am really hoping I get to accomplish that this year. Alright, you guys, so that is my list of 2020 goals, my personal goals, my fitness goals, and I am going to leave a link down below if you want to see my blog resolutions for this year. I don't like to use the words resolutions, but I use them on my blog, so make sure you go check that out. And I am also going to leave JC's video down below about sustainability. Please, please, please go watch that. Read my giant comment about all the things that we've been trying to implement into our home that you can implement into yours. And with that, I will see you guys next time. Bye.